So the real problem with this drawing is here. If I look here, I have the eyebrow in the wrong place. And because I have the eyebrow in the wrong place, everything else is going to be in the wrong place. Right? Because everything else I've kind of followed. The eyebrow's too wide. And the reason I know this is if I come over here and I see this shape, look at the difference here. I'm just going to sketch it in. So one, it's a little bit longer, but it's much closer to
What's
the
edging?
forehead.
Mhm.
So if I move this, let's see what happens if I move this over, right? Then, oh yeah, things are already changing in a good way.
That's interesting how quick that changes her whole
Yep.
face.
Yep, yep, exactly. I did it. I was like, oh, I need to show. And then, of course, that I bring my eye a little bit over this way. Because once I'm here, I need to get this shape in. Yeah. So I kind of guessed it, and it wasn't right. Kind of more like here. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good 2 millimeters. Oh yeah, significantly. Look at that. I noticed that I had all this space right here, that it looked too wide across here, but I couldn't figure out it because I was following. Now I'm looking to see. Yep. So there's that. Then there's this comes in. This comes in. The eye comes over just a little bit. Oh yeah. Also, it arches up just a little bit more. I know this because I need the room for this upper lid to kind of be about here. The eyebrow's going to come up higher than that. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, she's got that.
Oh my God, it looks so much better.
Yeah, she has that motif about something, sunny about her.
Well, don't get, yeah, what do you mean? I mean, but what does that have to do with the,
Huh?
what do you mean?
Oh, yeah, there's something sunny about her.
Perhaps. She looks kind of
Yeah.
goth and dark to me.
Well, that's what's sunny about her.
Okay. Roger that.
Yeah.
Right.
She's like you'd expect her to see her in Echo Park.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Well, no, she's a rare sighting nowadays in Echo Park. Yeah.
And so notice now how I can start to, so now I can kind of adjust. I think this still has to come out a little bit more. Do you see how as I'm adjusting things, how much more I can get the actual look of this particular girl before she looked too thick. Yeah, I thought this would be useful. I was kind of looking at it going, okay, what's off about it? Sometimes you can't really see it. So this is the danger of, and then I'd have to like kind of come in here and reshape, right? Like, cause this is happening. Oh yeah, it totally helps. This comes back a little bit more. This comes up a little bit more. This goes back. Oh yeah, that looks better. Then things are kind of off about her. I mean, I may have to go back and adjust a bit, but do you see now I have the organizing principle upon which I can do that. That's interesting, isn't it? Like, it's interesting how that was the thing. And so I just wanted to show it to you, and then I can kind of bring this up, and then I'm gonna bring the ear in. What I noticed was her face looked a little too fat, and when I looked at all the measurements, I'm like, nope, like this distance to this distance is good. The mouth is good, the nose, the eye, and then I went, oh, the eyebrow here is totally in the wrong place. You can see it was over here. And that was the problem. It's why I couldn't get the tilt. Right, so I'd have to keep working on this to get it exactly right. But I wanted to show you that sometimes it's really valuable to kind of return to your sketches and figure out what is it, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. So once I get this piece in, I'm still trying to get
A jigsaw puzzle or a three-dimensional jigsaw puzzle?
No, it's like a flat jigsaw puzzle. There's nothing three-dimensional about it, right? It's not,
Yeah,
I mean, it looks three-dimensional.
Yeah,
So does a regular jigsaw puzzle,
Oh, yeah,
but the way the pieces fit together is like a flat surface, right? So you see how much better that's already looking. I mean, I still need to work on it a little bit more, but I pulled this in just a little bit, pulled the ear down, could correct the tilts on a lot of things, and am able, I might have to move this eye up, maybe just a little bit more. I mean, oh yeah, right. Here, this needs to go up more. There needs to be more space here. It was all in the eyebrows. There we go. Right? Interesting that those are the things, like, wasn't that the last thing that you would have called on this drawing? Right? That's the last thing you would have called. So anybody have questions about that, or are you glad I did that? I'm sort of glad I did that just to show you. You might want to return to your drawing and see if there's anything you can figure out to
well, I
like
never
make it.
started mine.
Well, we're doing something else this week, so
I
you'll
can
need to
finish
go.
Dr. King, I guess.
Yeah. We've got a new drawing this week.
Okay.
We got a whole new drawing this week. So any questions about that? Any observations, any comments? Any thoughts about that? Are you as interested as I am in this whole thing? I was interested in that. Did that surprise you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to see you correct that. It made it
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to try and do a little bit more of that because I think that's like really helpful in terms of helping you guys to push forward in your drawing. Sorry, I'm just trying to line this up here so we've got this in the right places. All right, and I was debating also over whether it would make sense to sketch one of these Loomis heads that I just sent you. I looked for a couple that I thought would show the position. They're not exactly right. This guy is smiling, but you can see the planes. You'll like this one, Melissa. Here is from that same, we're kind of looking down at him, right? Not up, but this is where we see the building, right? Here's the side of the face. Here's the other side, right? Like that. And then I decided, nah, I think we didn't find one exactly. Let's just see how we do in the original sketch. And listen, I'm kind of flying by the seat of my, you know what, my pants as we're doing this. So I'm going to show you one of the things that's very challenging about this is that his chin is pushed up. So that means that everything up here is going to be foreshortened. It's going to be a little bit shorter. So our traditional 1, 2, 3, if you look at it. So if we want to find.
Plus, there's barely any of his eyes showing on his right side, our left.
That's not a problem. That's not a problem. That's like what every 3/4 drawing is. Barely any of the eyes showing, or, you know, a lot less of the eyes showing. The real problem is if we try to do, right, like this third thing, it doesn't work. because this side is foreshortened. So normally, when someone is faced in a normal direction, and when I mean when they're not pushing their head up or down like this, here, I'll show you. As spotlight, right? So when somebody's kind of just in a normal three-quarter position like this, I'm not pushing my head up or straining it down. When I'm just turned like this, you can generally divide the face into thirds. See that? And the first third starts from the hairline to the eyebrow line. The second third contains the nose. The third third contains the mouth down to the chin. But that doesn't really work here because his head's pushed up so back, we can't really see it. So I was looking at this and thinking, I wondered if quarter points would work. And they kind of do. If you look at this, from here to here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we divide this crazy angle line into halfways here, and let's see, oh yeah, and this is the halfway point. So on a normal face, we'd just be drawing kind of a straight line down, right? And finding the halfways and all that. In this case, our top half is kind of slanted this way. Our bottom half is slanted this way. Does that make sense? Does everybody get why I did this? Hi, Melissa. Nice to see you. So when we start our sketch, please don't go any farther than this because we're going to need to do some measuring here and here, right? But if you want to start your sketch, you can start with an angle to the left and then the same distance down. Right? So this is the same as this. And then I'm going to check my angle. But yeah, I want this bottom half to be the same. So the halfway point is kind of right here. Right? And that's essentially the middle line of his face. If he was to turn in a normal direction and not have his head pushed back, this would be the halfway point, right? I'm just trying to do it to see what it would look like.
So if that was a clock, would that be like 8 minutes after 6? Does that make sense?
Did she just,
Yeah, I'd say it's at about the 1. Here's the noon, maybe. But another way to check it, here, I'm gonna pop back up here, is to stand back and is to sort of start by guessing, right? So add it in and then to check it. So if you'll see here, I'm holding my arm out straight, I'm stepping far enough back. So if you're looking at the computer screen right now, you would want to prop your piece right up on your computer screen, right? So that's right next to it. And then step back and check your angle. See how I'm checking my angle? I'm keeping my arm straight. And then I'm coming over here to see, is my angle correct? I need to keep my arm straight. I can't bend my elbow when I go from here to here, right? Then I lose that. And when I stand here, and so you can stand back, I think it needs to come back just a little bit. There we go. That's better. As I was sort of stepping back. But yeah, I think maybe 1, but you're still just guessing, right?
Yeah.
So it's good. Anyway, I think this is the way to kind of structurally begin, right? We find the center line of the face. This is not including the hair, right, or the top of the head, but at least we've got the center line of the face. And then we use these lines to figure out everything else. So at the halfway point here, if I draw a line at the halfway point, I can see right? That this far back, let's see. Ah, interesting, look at that. If I measure at exactly the halfway point, which is here, at this point, in this case, it's the nose, right? I see two things. I see that one, if I check the distance all the way from the edge of the nose here to the edge of the head, that if I line that up, it's exactly, if I went straight up, it's exactly the same height. Can you guys see what I just did there?
Mhm.
So I can come here. This is bigger. Let's see. So I can come here, sketch across. I'm gonna start by guessing, and then I'm going to check my guess. Right? I know it doesn't come very much. So now I can come here and check. Oh boy, gotta go way further back. So I may actually have not given myself enough room. Let's see. I might have to move. I may have to move this whole thing over. I don't actually have enough room. Now, isn't this a fantastic moment to figure that out? When is a terrible moment to figure that out?
When you're,
Anybody like no?
when you're like trying to draw the back of the head.
Well, when you're 3/4 of the way down the face and then you realize you've got no, yeah, exactly. When you've got no room. All right, let's try that again. I'm gonna double check here. I'm gonna check that I didn't ruin my angle. Yeah, it's about the same. And then I'm gonna check that this is here. These two each are the same length. And now I'm gonna check and see is, I actually have to use something taller. I'm gonna use a ruler, but not the, just gonna use the blank side. Numbers are not really as important as far as the edge is concerned. So here's the top, here's the bottom. Oh yeah, there we go. It's exactly the same as the top to the bottom. So here's the edge of the head. What's the other thing we can see about the halfway point? What else can we, what else does it help us position? Can you tell? What other key feature that's really hard? Whoops, sorry, tipped a little bit. What other key feature is really hard to see? Here, let me, I'm gonna move this. You guys can see it much better. What other key feature is really hard to locate correctly? What does this halfway point help us figure out? Where is the?
Brow line?
That's more easy. Where's the ear go?
Oh, okay.
Right? Look at that, right under here. So as we start to, he has cute little ears. So as we start to do our sketch, we'll know that the ear comes down under here. Now, if we want to, we can do this in a couple of places. We can go across here like this too, right? And we can come down here. Oh, look at that. This is going to be helpful. Look at this. The bottom of the, look at where the ear is contained. It's between the halfway point and the 3/4 point, right? So if I find these halfway points, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, there we go. And if I want to, I can even just sketch across. I can figure out where to put my ear, right? My ear kind of lines up here and here. But also, I can figure out how long this is as well. So maybe this is, oh look, that comes up to like the 3/4 point. So I can come here. And I know that this point is about here. If there is a feeling that you have that this is a little bit like connect the dots, you would not be wrong. Yep. And so I know where the neck, so I know where the ear comes in, right? It comes here, right? And I know where the neck comes up to here. I also know where the, anyway, we'll get to that point. Let's see how wide this is. At the quarter points. It's a little bit higher. It's a little bit wider. That's okay.
Can you go back and show me where you got the bottom, your bottom line, your middle bottom line?
This
again?
one?
Measured that against?
This is at the, this is at the, these are
Yeah, but-
divided into 4 quarters.
But where did you get the length of it?
Where did I get the, what do you mean, where did I get the length?
The width? See where you, if you go to the right, that your end point, where did you get that?
I compared it up to here. See this? So here's the width, and I compare it to the height, and it lines up exactly with
Of
it.
that? Oh, okay.
Yeah. See that? And notice I'm kind of moving away from this bend so I can just kind of line it up with quarter points, right? Yes. Bang,
Nice.
bang. Yes.
Thank- I needed that answer also. Thank you.
Okay, good. I'm glad you asked it. Ask it. Yes, ask it as you're going. You know, I'm sort of half in right brain, half in left brain, so I'm not always exactly explaining things through.
I don't
Like
think
I'd like to.
it's just that we're looking at our paper right when you're speaking sometimes.
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely. Just keep asking. We've got this guy. But also sometimes I haven't maybe found the right words. It's hard. It's a moving thing. So here I've just done the same thing. You can see that the width here is just a little bit higher than the 3/4 point. So I'm actually going to come here to obtain my width. See how I'm doing that? Here, I'm coming up here, making this a little bit taller than here. And then I'm going to come here. And now I know that this comes in, right? I know that if I were to draw a line straight down, here, let's see what other construction lines can help you. This one. I know if I draw a line straight down, right, that here, even though this is the side of the face and this is a shorter side, that this side of the face kind of bends in. So if I were to draw a line straight down like that,
Repeat that again. Say it. I'm sorry.
I just drew a straight line here. I know that this top of the face bends in. So if I'm trying to figure out where this line starts and ends, right? I know the width of it. Oops. But I know I kind of put the end. Here it's pretty easy to see the end of the face. It just doesn't go very far on this side. But up here, it goes a little bit farther. So I drew a straight line down to kind of see what this shape looked like as I try to place this line. Like, where do I start this with, right? Oh, wait, let me do that. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want this to be here. Yeah. I know this goes in a little bit, right, from here. So these things are all things that will help. And then let's see how far up. Aha. If I go 1/4 up from the top, that is the top of the head, including the hair. 1, 2, well, 1, 2, yeah, just a little bit smaller than 1/4. So I can take this length, come up here at the top and mark here's kind of the top of the head. And then to sketch in these outer shapes. Let me know if I need to repeat that. I know there's a lot
Can you
going
move
on
the camera
here.
up a little because I can't see the top of your paper that you're sketching on. I
Oh.
can see the top of his head. But there we go.
There we go. Yeah, sorry, for some reason this guy keeps bending down. I don't know why. So this is about 1/4. So I just came right here to get the very top of the head. And now I'm kind of sketching the outside shape of things. So interesting. This is a good one, Melissa. I really love it. First of all, it's adorable. Second of all, you do not have to have that earbud in. I think that's kind of silly, unless you want it in, right? Unless you want it in. So as we're starting to kind of sketch the outer shape of the heads, these outer shapes, here's where we are. I'm trying to see if we have enough. I'm going to try now. I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to try and sketch the outer shape of the head, maybe starting here. And maybe we need one more. I want one more measurement. I want to know where this hairline starts, how wide it is. So I get that in the right place. So I'm measuring it now. And it is exactly half. Is that right? Here. Yep, to here. So now I want to take this measurement from here to here. So I wanted to measure this hairline. Could everybody get that? See, look, I was already going. I was already missing, going too far. I know I have to start up here to get the hair length, and then everything else comes from there. And maybe I come up a little farther. Let me send this across the thread so you can see it really easily and clearly as you start to sketch your own. I mean, if we want to, we could sketch in the circle of the head, but I feel like this method here with these lines is going to be easier. That the circle might be a little bit confusing. Here we are. By the way, Jean, fantastic work with gouache.
Oh, thank you.
Are you loving it now?
I'm enjoying it more. I haven't shown you all the disasters, but.
That's all right. That's
I'm
all
just
right.
saying you
I
just-
like it. I like it. I like that you're getting that process. So you see how I'm sketching this area, and then I can kind of get in here. And then that helps me, once I get the hairline, it kind of helps me locate the ear, which is really hard to get in the right place if you want to rely on your left brain all about it, right? You want to rely on that, which you don't. They won't help you because it'll be difficult. See, now I can start to kind of be careful not to get too, I'm not getting too into his curls right now. We'll get there later. It's easy to get too kind of far on that. This is just an angle line that goes like this. This is out far enough. If you get too into this stuff right now, you're going to make it too wide. Take it from me. I just did it. So if I do it, you're going to do it. So just don't do it. Save yourself the trouble. And then we've got, maybe this comes out a little bit here.
So now the hair doesn't count as the same length, so we're going over.
Yeah.
Over the equidistance.
This hairline, we've
Yeah.
already found the farthest, this hairline is 1/4. So I just go up 1/4 to find it.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah,
that's okay.
yeah. It's so hard. I can
No,
feel
no,
my,
yeah,
I can, Melissa, I can feel my, oh, I see. Need to bring this in more. I'm figuring some things out, which
Yeah.
is
Curve of the head.
one of those things. Don't get you caught up in the curls. You're
Hey,
not ready.
Leah, where's Diana?
Honey, you know where she is. She's working on
I know
the,
she's busy, but I have to see her so she can, well, you know what? I'll just text her.
you just
I'll
need to text her, trust me.
Yeah, be like,
She's
Diana.
really
you promised
busy.
me- Yeah, you would let me help you.
Yeah. So get her to help. Yes, so you need to,
Yeah,
yes,
sure.
you should.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Absolutely. Notice I brought this down, up a little bit and down, because I was looking at this shape and feeling like that was, the forehead was too high. This is in a curve. This comes down a little bit straighter. It's not exactly like a curve that goes all the way. I mean, it's sort of connected, but this comes down. This might. And then we've got the nose kind of popping out like this, and the cheek comes out here, and down. This will take a big, we'll spend a lot of time getting this right. And then here we go, kind of like that. And it's not very far in from here before we add the neck in. So the neck comes up here, right at the ear, right? And then the neck down here. And then this line of the shirt connects them. Now, this doesn't mean we won't correct, right? You just saw me correct a drawing we started last week. But what it means is we're pretty sure we have things in the right direction. I'm not convinced about the hair. I think it might come over a little bit more. But it's in a place where once I start to correct, like I feel pretty confident that all the major things are in place. So this is, this is like another way of dealing with construction. And I guess, what's really interesting to me, Melissa, about these poses, which I've never really taught before, is how much we can kind of play around with different construction models when we're dealing with different, different positions of the head. So here, I'm going to send this out. I think this is mostly right. I think. However, we'll all discover together if we have it right or not. Oops. And you go ahead and send it over. I'd like to see your drawing at this point, because I want to make sure you're not kind of going off the rails anywhere. I could do a couple of checks. Two. Needs to come out just a touch. I'm making adjustments to this. I'm doing other checks, right? Like 1, 2, 3, So this should be about 1. Oh no. Either this is coming out too far. This line. Oh, it is. Spend a little time working with this and send it over when you want me to take a look at it. I'm still making some last minute fixes here. Double check this. I don't. Oh, nice. Paul, can you send it over the Thursday thread, please? I keep feeling like I brought the hairline a little bit too far. 1, 2. There we go. Let's see. Anyway, we'll play around with this. Let's see. Just checking. Good, Jean. Good. There's a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah. I feel like this is a touch longer than it
It should be a touch longer, or mine is a touch. too
Yours
long?
is a touch longer. Let me double check on this. No, it's all right. It's all right. I don't know. I think that looks pretty
I
good.
think my ear was too small. I was just now making it bigger. That may make it look less too big.
Got it, got it, got it. This, yeah. Just notice there's kind of this, let's see. And this. One. So Melissa, you've got him well, I guess I'm not gonna argue with that. He is slightly tilted. Be careful not to tilt this too much. But that looks pretty good. Now let me check the measurements. Good. Good. Look at how this is more of a straight down and you've got it angled way more.
Okay, I
Yep,
see.
this is more, there's more space on this. Look at how much chin is on kind of this side down here.
And then it angles straight down almost.
Yeah, it almost goes straight down. I mean, there's a tiny little angle in.
I see it now.
Yep. Melissa Moline. Sorry, Melissa Moline, as opposed to Melissa Collins. And I was looking like, it looked like his head was too straight. That's what I was trying to figure out. I'm like,
Oh, I see.
and we'll still be adjusting this, right? Like totally, we're still gonna be, I'm still trying to figure out this one. Melissa, let's see. Melissa Collins, some good showing up here. I like this. Good job. Good job on the angle. Melissa, this is a little bit more straight down. So I'm going to tell you the same thing as Melissa. Sorry.
It's really confusing.
Here, Melissa Collins, take a look. Sarah, look at how much space is on this side of that line. So the face, because, so this is an important like angle to capture because he's jutting his face forward and up, right? There's more of face in the bottom coming towards us. So it gets a little bit wider here. So pay attention to that. This shape really just kind of bends in here. It's so weird. Yeah, I just feel like we're like feeling our way through this, right? Kind of like, but the only way I really know how to do that is to measure. I'm lost if I can't measure. I just am like, I don't know how anybody does this by guessing. You just don't know. All right, good, Mariana, looks good. Hold on. I'm probably gonna tell you the same thing, but I want to check your angles first. Good. Good. Let's see. Check your middle line. Here, what's up here? Let's see. Excellent. Do these lines help you guys? They help you? I mean, would you guess to put the neck up here and down here? I just don't think you'd be able to guess it. All right, Mariana, that looks, the neck here is too far in. So bring it closer. The distance here is less than a quarter of the face. Should come up less. Yours is about the same as a quarter. Yours comes out to here, right? You're trying to make his neck thinner, but from this position, we see more of a, it's just this position. He doesn't have a thick neck. It's just, we see it, it's coming forward more. And Paul.
Well, once we get the beard in, you're not gonna see that much neck at all, and that shadow under his beard.
It's not, yeah, I mean, but you need to still place this line right? You still need to place this line in the right place. If you have it too far here, it's gonna look weird. Yeah, but absolutely. Yeah, one of the things that's crazy about this are all these lost edges, right? I may pull this up in color to see, but look at all of this is mostly shadow. You're absolutely right, Jean, right? We can kind of see a little bit there. The edge of his face, but almost all of that is in shadow. Might make it easier later on. I'm still like, something's off about that. He has cute little ears, doesn't he? I think cute. Oh, I'm sorry, Paul. I think you should send yours in. Let's see. Okay. Paul, this is, look at this shape. You've got this kind of coming out like this. You're doing this. That's the shape you have on the top of the head. Look at how it bends in. Okay, so that's the first thing, number 1, 2. Number 2, called this distance needs to be the same as this distance. And right now, this distance, you have this distance about this long. It's coming all the way down to here. So this distance and this distance need to be the same size. You need to shorten this distance on the top. That's why everything looks a little bit off, because you don't have this at the halfway point, which is right here where his nose is. This is halfway, all the way top. There we go. Good job, you guys, killing it. Okay, so now let's do a little bit of features placement. We can see that kind of right, I guess maybe we should really determine the nose first, because it's so prominent in this composition, right? Like it's so, because of the position. In no other case would I ever do this, but this particular positioning, absolutely, I feel like we need to get the nose in first. So the nose, 1, 2, yeah, at about the halfway point of here, the nose, let me see if I can get this for you, so you guys can see it. Be a different color. Ah, blue. This bends, whoops. This is an angle line. Can you see that? It's an angle line. It kind of runs along here, and at about the halfway point, it comes out here. Like that. So that's the beginning shaping of the nose. And then, let's see here. Nose. And definitely you can see the perspective shift happening here. I don't want to use this because it's too dark. Yellow. Yeah, here we go. Definitely look at how small this side of the nose is versus how wide it is here because of the perspective. So here, and here. And 1, 2. Also notice that this in this length, the nose is as big as the eye. So if I go 1 space over, it lines up at the eye. 1, 2, 3, a little bit more than 4. 1, 2.
Where'd you get your first measurement?
Which measurement?
After you drew the
This?
straight down and then the curve, and then where'd you get the neck? Where'd you get the width of the nose?
I went to one side of the nose and then the other. So I haven't determined the width of the nose yet. I'm trying to
Okay.
figure that out. I haven't
Okay,
done it
yeah.
yet. I haven't done it yet. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the best way to figure that out. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking along this line, right? I'm like, if I go from the width of the nose here and straight across, just like the eyes, 3, it's about 3.5 nose widths across. So let's see what that looks like. If I kind of line up, if I say the nose is about this wide, right here, and then I go 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a little bit too narrow. I need to bring his nose width out just a little bit more. Try that. 1, 2. I like this way of doing it because then you can use the nose to kind of see how wide the cheek is. Oh yeah, actually that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4. So actually the nose is about 1/4 of the width of this middle line. 1, 2, 3, 4. And not only that, I can kind of see where each nose width. I'm not convinced I have the nose in the right place yet. I think it needs to come down a little bit more, but I can definitely see. If I divide this line from here to here into 4 equal quarters, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the width of the nose. Does that answer your question, Dee?
Yes, exactly.
Perfect. And then it tells me a couple of other things too, right? Because now I know the eye, this is where this eye is, because it's the same width as the nose. I can see it's like kind of right above. Now, 1, 2, 3. If I divide this line into thirds, it looks like 1, 2, you'll see The bottom of the nose is at 1/3. The middle line of the mouth is at 2/3. The bottom of the lip is at 3/3. So if I divide this line up into 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 segments. Yeah, I knew I needed to bring it down a little bit. Right across like this. This is actually kind of the distance. And you guys go ahead and I'm going to stop right now. Ask me questions. That's what I want you guys to do. I want you to ask me questions as you start to do these measurements. I know this seems really tedious, but if I do this, to me, this is my relief, right? I know if I do this, I'm going to be able to put things in the right places. So a lot of time gets spent kind of measuring. Like just distances before we really even get to much of the detail. I'm going to put that in here. I'm going to do a close-up of this so you can see it. The yellow lines are quarter marks. And here's the nose, kind of the basic shape of the nose. I'm going to cut here so you can really see it. Right. And now I not only know like where my nose ends, but I also kind of see where the middle line of my mouth goes, which I have really learned is key in trying to get the mouth in the right place. If I can get the middle line of the mouth, then I can get the lips.
So your second third down is where is the top of the lip, is the bottom of the top lip?
Middle line of the mouth. Middle line of the mouth, yeah. Finding the middle line of the mouth is like so huge. And then there's just all this shadow. So there's a lot of places where this all disappears. Right, he's got a kind of neat little mustache. Also, you can really see that little white line here, that's light line that's at the top of every lip. And it's very important in terms of, you'll see all portrait artists, they'll skip a lot of details, but this little light line of the lip is not one thing that they will skip. They keep it in because it's a key perspective point on the face. If you don't have it, it's noticeable. Right, and then you can kind of sketch in the mustache. Like that. I think that's as far as I'm going to go with this. Adorable. So here, I'll send this over. I'll get off some of the extra lines. Amazing. I keep thinking it's too wide, but it really isn't. But that's because we see the side of the nose and we're looking up the nose. I'll be right back, you guys. I'm gonna grab a little bit of tea. And by the way, if we need to take 2 sessions to do, I think if we need to take 2 sessions to do this, we will. I want to make sure we get everything in the right positions, and I want us to take the time it needs to do that. So if we don't get into much feature definition until next week, that is totally fine. I'm gonna take a picture of this. This is really awesome. Melissa, this all came from Dr. Sketchy, right?
It's not doctor, it's just sketchy.
Sketchy. And so we have permission to use it? The
Yeah.
permissions have been given to use it, okay.
Yes, this is actually another artist.
This is an artist, this guy.
Oh, guess where I'm going today, Leah? Everyone?
Where?
The Venice Beach Art Crawl.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
That sounds
Basically, it's
great.
gonna be me extorting artists to pay for the Surf Council's kitty. Yeah.
How did you find yourself in that position
What the
of having to do that?
the art crawl?
Yeah,
They have it every year or so, or 6 months. I'm not sure. I know Pasadena has like art night. The city of Pasadena,
mm-hmm.
it has art night. It already had it in April 26th, I think. And they, but that's, I mean, they have so much like serious contention for, collections that, the Norton Simon, the Huntington, well, I don't think the
Yeah.
Huntington's open, but they have the Asia Pacific Museum, the Norton Simon, there's like 3 or 4 others. So it's like, this, we're talking about like, serious contention for, for good art. And then plus all, there's the USC, Southeast Asian, there, yeah, I don't think everything except the Huntington is open in the city of Pasadena.
Cool.
That's, normally, like you would pay for it normally.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, no.
That's great.
Yeah.
Lucky you. That sounds wonderful.
Well, I missed it this year, but next year. And they have free buses, but there's so many people, it's so crowded. Yeah.
Let's see.
Hold on, I'm getting,
Colleen, I see what you're doing. Are you using Procreate for that? Good.
I just literally have this thing and I'm drawing lines, basic lines.
Right, like the lines I'm drawing, you're just doing
Yeah.
them with.
Yeah, I just
Procreate.
wanted to show you what I was doing for that upper part before you were like, wait.
I see what you're doing. I still think you're missing something. Angle, let's see. I just want to see. Maybe you're all right.
I tried to move the whole head, like twist it more up. I twisted it
Yeah,
all.
you're missing. There's a problem with your angle that you're not getting, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. It has to do, Melissa, with if you look really closely here, you'll see several shapes. So if you've got your face angled up like this. Okay, let's see from here. It has to do with like these triangles. Which I think are, do you see how I'm sketching them in? I'm looking at your drawing and I'm like sketching these in. So I'm looking, there's three, here, hold on. So there's three triangles. So you've done this, you've got your,
I see.
you see, you're not, they're not angled enough. So look here, you've got this one line that's going like this. And then you've got this triangle here. And then you've got this triangle up here.
Mm.
Got this one here. This one here. And if you get those right, I think you'll get that angle. The rest of the angles will become clear to you, right? Now you draw a line like this. There's that triangle.
Okay,
Right?
let's see.
So I think that's my sense, is that you're missing, these aren't deep enough. I noticed this on your last drawing too. So you have a tendency to straighten up things, even if they aren't, right? Even if they aren't straight, you have a tendency to straighten up the thing. So let's get you, yeah, get those angles deep enough. And I know why, because it's so, because it's, the angles are more extreme when we think they are, right? These triangles are like, they're bigger, the angles are deeper because of the nature of, I don't even want to get into it this much. I don't want to get into there yet. They're deeper because of the perspective issues that are happening. So your brain's already being challenged by what it sees, even though it can see the shapes, it's really struggling. I want to look here and see, since you've got this nice line. The other thing I wanted to check was, where is that? How far is that? Oh, you've moved your line though, so I can't really use this to measure what I'm doing as much. Okay, anyway. And I would say also, Jean, let's see. Okay, so Jean, the eye is well above the halfway point here. See that? And the nose, let's see, I'm checking your nose. And you also need to work. So this is really at the, use, redraw this line. Melissa changed the angle of her line a little bit.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to decide if it's going to be helpful for you. Yeah, maybe not.
I
Just
didn't, yeah, I
put your
didn't
eyes
think I
into
was
the
getting it.
right, put your eyes into the right. Notice this is a tilt, his head's tilting.
Right, right.
Yep.
Uh,
I'm looking to see if you've got this angle right, is what I'm kind of checking.
Yeah.
I don't, that one.
It
two.
just, yeah,
Yeah, I think it needs to go a little bit.
more down before it goes out.
Yeah, exactly. I want to erase these, because I don't really think they're helping me that much. Yeah, it's like here and then up. Yeah, exactly. Go down before it goes up. And then we've got this, if we want to be kind of,
I feel like I'm
Sketchy
coming down
about
too
it.
low before I curve out too.
yeah. And it, you know, it doesn't take that much, right? That's what we know, right? So we don't, so try getting this shape in. There,
Sorry, which
this-
shape?
This one,
Okay.
right? Try getting that shape. Let's see. Melissa. Okay. Did you erase your lines, Melissa,
By accident.
by accident? Okay, I'm just having a little, I think your eye is a little bit too low. I'm gonna tell you the same thing here, right? So, let's see here.
To make the eye higher.
Yep, it should be well above the middle. This is the center line, right? Here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can faintly see my center line.
I can say it's right above, right? It's right above it. So you did the
Yeah.
same thing Jean did. So you need to pull that up a little bit higher.
Okay.
So I know that like my eye is lined up between here and here, but I gotta bring it up to this bend here. I like the shape of it though. What I really want to tell you guys is imagine you're doing so great considering where you were. So I really want to say I'm observing this huge amount of attention paid, right, to detail, to shape. Because look, you've got those shapes. You've got them. Melissa, I'm never going to go back to ordinary faces again. This is way too much fun. So much fun. I can see that the eyebrow, we can't really see the eyebrow on this side. And the eyebrow on this side kind of comes up. Here we go, eyebrow, my nemesis. Okay. What a fantastic shot. I think that's pretty good. We'll have to check it later. Right, there's the face. All right, let's just keep going. Let's not get too caught up in this big old nostril hole. We're still going to, right? We're still gonna have to.
Caught up in the big old nostril.
Don't get caught up in the big old nostril hole. That is like a kind of sign of for life, right? I can see that the halfway point between this last quarter is where the beard starts. Right. And this, let's see.
He's got a lot of room between his beard and going down his jaw.
Yeah,
He's got a lot-
particularly on this side.
Yeah.
There's this nice little white space. What I'm really doing is kind of tracing in the very little white space here, right? So you can even get in here. Maybe we'll finish this, who knows? I don't know. We've got about 40 minutes left, so we'll see. I'm just not in a rush. I'm not like a big fan of rushing. And also, Melissa, I like how you've got this. I'm just looking here. Don't draw all his lips because you can't really see him. Look at how the lip disappears. So don't try to draw this bottom line. You won't get it in the right place. It's messing with your, draw only like what you can see. So what I can see is that there's a kind of little light spot here. I lose everything right down here. It's all kind of lost in kind of this lost edge darkness. This comes here. Honestly, you guys are doing great considering. I'm
You're
huge
right,
in
his
this.
eyes are huge.
Well, everything is. One
He has
eye
both
is.
eyes shut, and his eyes are gigantic.
Well,
Well,
only
from the top,
one.
the
Only
portion of his eyes
one.
are, are large.
Only one. This eye is tiny.
Well, I don't see the other eye. Yeah,
It's there. So it's just like,
it might just be the angle. I think it could
it's definitely just the angle.
Yeah, I think it
Right.
could be.
Got it? And then, but you guys are doing great. There we go. So I'm kind of marking. Oh, yeah, better, let's see. I can't really. Jean, did you just erase the eye?
Oh,
Oh, I see, you're working on this shape.
Yeah.
That you sent me.
yeah.
This is a steeper angle. Look at this angle. You've done this. You've done this. Like that. You're afraid to get that angle in. This is a pretty sharp angle. Angle, angle, out. So it's thin here, wide here. I like this shape. This is kind of curved in. Let's see.
Okay, did I fix it?
You put it right back where.
No, there's shading
You
on
put
this
it
side.
exactly where it was before. Gee, look, there's at least one eye space, eye width up. You're exactly right where you were before, please.
No, because I can see my erase marks.
I can see your middle line. I can see your middle
It's right
line.
above my middle
It's
line.
right here.
Okay, not
Nope,
enough.
nope, nope. Come on, erase it. What, do you love that line so much you want to marry it?
I do, I want to marry
You want to
that.
marry
line.
that line? You want to marry
I
that line? Isn't it funny? Listen, I make that mistake too. I am constantly changing things and realizing I put them in exactly the same places as I did before. It's insanity making. It really is. What I'm doing here, by the way, and look at this guy. We can't even really see. I don't know if it's the position or we can't really see his upper lid line either. I am, let's see. If you want to, you can start to kind of darken the hair. Remember, don't try to do this. Don't do this for your hair. You'll never get all the hairs that are there and it looks silly. Just go dark. As you'll notice, unless he's got gray, if he had gray hair, his hair would be lighter than his skin tone. Pretty much everybody's, no matter what color you are, no matter how much melanin or whatever you have in your skin tone, everybody is, their hair is darker than their skin tone. And whether you're blonde, blue, whatever. Except if you're like kind of platinum blonde or gray, then it's the opposite. That's lighter. That's why it's so dramatic and we notice it so much. That's why it's so cool looking.
All right, is that high enough for you now, damn it? Now it's too little, but is it higher?
Yes, yes, kind of, yes, yes. If you'll notice, it's right here.
Yeah.
At the elbow of the ankle. That's good. Good job.
You have to
We
say
have
that
a
at that
history
point.
of like harassing each other, don't we?
I bullied you into telling me it was in the right place.
No, you got it right. You got it right. That's fair. We have a history of like totally harassing each other, don't we? Also, if any of you ever go to New York and meet Jean, she is a master drinker. Don't go drinking with her unless you're ready to be carried home.
Well, that's because Leah's a total drink wuss.
I am a wuss. I am a wuss. Yes. Come drinking with me because I am a wuss. Don't go drinking with Jean. She is amazing. There you go. Nice. To the Melissas, Melissa and Melissa. On Monday, we're going to go to Sabi Island and do a little paint out picnic. If you would like to join, I will send you the deets.
Yes, I mean,
We have one person who's from out of town, Tosh Ween, who you've seen, who's coming to visit. And so,
Oh, she's
yeah.
Coming to Oregon? How cool.
Yeah, she's coming and she's staying at my house. I'm so
Oh.
excited. Yeah, she's got a cousin getting married, so I'll send you both the deeds. Jean, Paul, Mariana, if you can get here, you get your asses over here on Monday. It is Juneteenth as a holiday for some. But I'll send it
Oregon?
over. We're gonna go plane.
Well, I've got to go see the,
drawing.
I
did you-
have to go see the beatnik, so I might as well go see the Redwoods and Leah, right?
Mhm.
Might as well.
again,
Yeah, I got to go back to see the beatnik, so.
Yes.
In was it East Oakland? Well, right at the border of Oakland and Berkeley.
Let's see. Melissa, okay. Again, let's see. Yes, so this,
this pen looks,
what is it? You're, okay. So number one, look at the shape of the line of the mouth. So here, once again, you're straightening here when it should be bent more,
right,
right? Particularly on this side.
okay.
Right? Let's see. Yeah, this has to bend, this has to bend. I like the nose better. I like the eyes. I like this shape better. Notice that this eye is slightly higher.
I was trying to do that.
Well, just make it a little higher.
Is it not higher?
Nope. It's lined up exactly. Also, this line, oh, here you go. This is little help. You have this line going straight across. That's not what's happening. It's curved down like that.
That's the
Try
problem.
that, try that. I'm just looking to see what else. And also, don't try to draw at the bottom of his lip. You can't actually see it. So instead do this sort of jagged shape. Here, it's right here. Here, really don't try to draw the bottom lip. That's also part of the problem. You're drawing something that you can't really see, right? Because it's mostly dark, because we've got this lost edge here, and that's also affecting. So really look at, get these shapes in, this dark and this light. That will help twist him down. But it's amazing how determined you are to make this guy. To make this guy stare straight up. He is. It's all about angles and it's this perspective of the one side versus the other. It's funny. I'm kind of coming in and sketching. Notice I'm kind of avoiding the nose right now. So on this side, the only light area is really over the top here. Everything else is kind of a lost edge here. So I'm actually sketching that in because that's going to help me get the shapes. There's up to this little white kind of face crease. I can make it a little bit lighter under here. But mostly I can't really see the bottom of the lip, so I'm not really going to emphasize or draw that. That would help. Also, I can get down here. So those things also help shape, do that shape. Oh, yeah. See, Melissa, you added in stuff. You started guessing, I guess. You added in this thing, which is really actually over here and bigger. There we go. Once we get that stuff, and it's really pretty dark all the way to the ear and all the way down. So I might do some erasing later, but right now I'm gonna get, no, this is where I get really, this is where I find pencils very frustrating. I do not like this marking at all. I would do this better if I had a paintbrush, but I will persevere. See how I'm kind of getting all dark, at least in the beginning down here, to get this whole shape. And now I can come back in, right? And add in. Also, although this is lighter than the other side, it's still a little bit darker at the bottom. So I think that's going to be key. Let's see. So Jean, you did the same thing. I want you to really, I think this is the moment when I'm going to turn this upside down. Let's turn this sucker, turn your piece up, turn your paper upside down and start looking at the shapes that are, I'll probably find a bunch of stuff to do this too. Here. Really look at these shapes here. See how there's this kind of just little light area. We can't really see the bottom of the lip. You can't see the bottom of the chin. It's like super dark here. All right. And then here it just gets like darker again. It's a little bit darker down here. But like really, there's this whole, look at these shapes to really see what's happening and try not to draw what you can't see. So try not, it's when you anticipate that you start to run into problems. And you can, maybe this is also the point to kind of this nose is not sort of equally dark. There are areas that are super dark, kind of up in here. Everything else is kind of a medium dark. So everything should be like a 3 or a 4. And then 5 kind of comes just up in here. It's probably still too heavy, but I'll address it later. It's light about here, then there's another. Dark up here. Nice dramatic shadows, go here, go here. And then look at how we can bear, like, we kind of lose the edge of the eye too, right? Look upside down for a bit. Have you been watching Adrian Feldstein's takeover today, Melissa? It's really cute.
A little bit, yeah.
It's very wacky. I like it.
Go.
Excellent. Guys.
Oh, guess who is on the hook for a podcast guest? Leah? Are you there? She's gone.
You can tell us.
Yeah, sure. I got one of the people from the press club, one of the awardees, as a guest. Well,
cool.
nothing's official yet, but she's on the hook to be a guest. So
Excellent.
yeah, that's good because by nature, journalists people in the press have a lot more, will be more, I mean, like if you email things to your colleagues and you have like, anywhere from 10 to, 80 colleagues, it's a lot more, the chances are for more people will listen to it. Other than your Facebook friends. Well, no, I mean, because my goal is not to rely strictly on Facebook friends.
Yeah.
See, I'd rather have, have Facebook, not to have that, okay, because if it's everyone on Facebook, then you're just a Facebook
Right.
flavor of the month, right? As opposed to, having a trend. Well, I guess you're okay, let's say it's a Facebook trend rather than,
Right.
something that's has some trend legging. Does that make sense? I mean,
Yeah, no, it makes
Yeah.
total sense.
Quick auto break here, wait.
Leah, I was telling everyone else that one of the nominees for the awards is on the hook with me to become a guest on my podcast.
Oh yeah, who's that?
Yeah.
Who
She's
is
just,
that?
she's one of the people from one of the investigative reporters from Capital Maine.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Did she, and she's winning an award, or she's on tap to perhaps win an award?
I believe she is winning, but I have to double check. She might just be nominated.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's great.
Yeah. So she's
So you
interesting.
need to go to that thing so you can meet her, talk to her.
Yeah, that'll be awesome if you actually talk in person. No, I'm willing to help Diana any way I can. I want to help Diana. Who knows? I might end up being the next Bob.
You never know.
Well, no, she already found a.
She already has
Yeah,
found
and
it.
Yeah,
A Bob.
I'm not a bookkeeper, I guess. Nothing wrong with learning to be a bookkeeper, though, right?
Right. All right. How's it going, everybody? Let's take a quick stretch break. I'm gonna pull this off. I want you to walk away, move into gallery view, stop looking, put your pencil down. Even if you don't want, oops, no, I don't want that. I want gallery. There we go. Okay. Let's turn it around really quick and show it. Oh, Melissa, that's coming along nicely. Get all the shadow down in here. But that's looking great. That's looking great. There you go. Notice what happens as we start to add the, oh, you guys. Notice what happens as you start to get the shadow in, we start to get the shapes, right? And look at how far the shadow comes up the side of the face, right? It comes right up into the lips. Excellent, you guys. So take a break. I want you to actually walk away from your drawing. I want you to step away from the drawing, step far away. Here, I will now put this up the right way so you can look at it. Or if you want to, take your WhatsApp thread, but here, I'm gonna spotlight this again. Stand back and look at the screen and then look at your drawing. To see, stand back and see, what are you getting right? What are we missing, right? And if you can see something, let's go back and fix it.
Oh, yeah. Can I take my break and then come back and fix it?
Yep. Or you can take a quick break, take a look, stand back. And then when you're ready, step up, walk around for a second, and then come back in. Yeah, that's looking really good. That's great, Melissa. Go on, Melissa Collins is looking great. Isn't it crazy? Do you sometimes find yourself going, this can't possibly be what it's, right? Like what?
Yeah, I feel like actually when you put it upside down, it actually forces you to like just go with what you see, because like
Yeah,
have a
because you
tendency-
don't know what you're looking in anymore.
yeah, you
Yeah.
can't guess. You can't use your brain like memorization. Well, that's where it's supposed to be.
Right, because that's where you notice, that's where it's always problematic, right? Because you start making it up instead of looking at what's really happening and depending on what's really happening. exactly, exactly. Good job. You see the shapes. Yeah. So, and really, we can't see the bottom of the lip. It's just totally a lost edge. Do you guys know what that term lost edge means? What does lost edge mean?
It means you don't have a dark line like I just drew.
Right. It means that part of the edge of something is hidden by shadow. Right? So you can't see the edge. So everybody I noticed tried to add in this bottom line, almost everybody. You can't really see it. It's not really there. So you want to darken, and lost edges are what make things look realistic, right? Is to have those lost edges, to get those shapes, to get those hard, sharp shadows coming across. My poor cat is walking around looking lost because we took down his catio today.
Oh no, you horrible people.
I know. Well, the whole world is his catio now. He has a much better life. The catio was not really that great. It served a purpose, but you can see he's like, oh my God, what's happening here? What's going on? I don't understand.
Why have you destroyed my life, mommy?
Right, but like, I never go in there. Notice I'm now kind of getting my halftones in. So the lightest parts of the face are here, the cheekbone over here on the top of the brow. On this side is a little bit darker, but not as dark as the hair. Right, the hairline is quite dark. What are Abby and Olive doing right now, Alyssa? Sleeping?
Where they are. They are not in here with me.
Do you worry?
I do. Sometimes, I mean, Abby's been pooping on the floor, which has been a pain in the butt.
Oh, that's weird.
I think maybe I fixed the problem. We'll see what happens.
How many cats do you have?
2.
Really
with
cute
the
ones.
with the cat pooping on the floor problem.
What? 2.
2. Do you have, if they say to have one more box than you have cats, like I have 3 cats, so I have 4 boxes.
Really?
That way there's always one that doesn't smell like the other cat.
Yeah, well, I live in a 2-bedroom apartment, so I know that's supposed to be the case. So I've done a lot of other
So
stuff.
does Jean.
No, I have 4 cat boxes in a 1-bedroom apartment.
Jean
My
lives
cats
in,
rule my life.
your cats rule your life for sure.
Abby and I are having a power struggle about her litter box, so we'll see who
Uh-oh.
she might win. She might get another litter box. We'll see what happens.
You can put one.
I don't want to put another one out there, but I might put one on the porch if I have to.
Right.
But I don't know. I've changed things up a little bit. My litter box had a lid on it, and now it doesn't. So it's kind of helping, I think.
Mhm.
I got rid of the rug she was pooping on. She hasn't pooped on it for a few, on the floor for a few days. So we'll see what happens.
Good.
Our struggle with the cats, never fun.
No,
Well, you know who wins. I'm shaking my little electric eraser to do the sort of work these edges down a little bit. What? I bet he gets a total kick out of seeing how people sketch this. If he's an artist as well. It's a very arty pose. Now, don't forget to add in your light lower lid line. It is still there. Even though much of him is shrouded, much of the eye is shrouded in darkness. That light lower lid line is there. And if you really want to prove to yourself how well you've done, for those of you who've been doing this a while, go look at your first drawings from the beginning of the year. You'll be stunned. You'll be shocked and amazed at how much progress you've made. Maybe we won't have to do another. Might not have to. Might finish. I'm coming back to like super dark in the hair on the bottom here. Excuse me. Hey, Herms. Come over and say hi. Come here, buddy. Is anybody enjoying the hearings as much as?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. People are like, well, this is not going to do any good. I'm like, are you kidding us? It
Give us an
shows
update.
us that even his own daughter has stopped talking to him.
Who's this? Oh, Trump?
Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah, Trump.
Well, yeah, she's under, of course, she's gonna stop talking to him. She's under investigation. I mean,
Well, she stopped talking to him, she says, long before that.
well, I think that's part of the reason why.
Yeah. Yes. Even heard that everybody's been sort of towing the party line and now they're all jumping ship and it's really enjoyable.
Yeah, but that, I mean, you have to expect that to happen. I mean,
Yeah.
Cheney,
normal.
at least they're going back to Cheney, I think. Are they going back to Liz Cheney?
Yes.
You see, that's the thing that like, I didn't like seeing her being just isolated. Poor thing. I mean,
they're not giving up yet, but they're gonna have to.
Yeah, but it's definitely, people are jumping ship. I don't know. I think it's pretty dang, I think they've done a good
Well, it's just
job.
like all the timing now is just so clear that, you know, they can't hide that it was planned.
Yeah, yeah. In like a couple minutes, I'll turn this right side up and we'll do a few last minute corrections. If you guys feel like you want to work on this longer, or maybe we'll do what we did again and like kind of review a couple things before
well,
we
I have to go
go.
pretty soon because I've got to be somewhere at 6.
Okay, all right, Paul, we'll go, you do what you need to do and
I'll
just
send you my
come back.
corrections. Let me send you my corrections and then
That'd be great.
I'll-
Kind of wondered if it would be helpful to look at, actually, what I'll do is I'll give you 5 minutes with the with none of the lines, so you can kind of start to make, right, because my marks tend to block some of the lines. A lot of the lines, so.
Okay. I'll
All
see
right,
you next time.
see you next time, Paul.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Oh, wait, you got somewhere with this, dude. Good job. Okay. Melissa, I can feel this going in the right direction. Moline,
Yeah, it looks good.
it looks, yeah, so let's stop. Okay, so we're gonna stop here. I'm gonna put this one up so you can start to see some of the things that you might be missing, right, that I blocked. Turn your piece upside down, right side up. And then let's make a few more. Okay. You can see a little bit of his eyebrow on that side. Oh, battery. So now I'm really trying to kind of Oh, yeah. This light on here. Oh, yeah, that helps a lot. Definitely, I'm pleased enough with this. I don't know how you guys are feeling, but I think this is definitely looking good enough. We probably won't have to review anything, but we'll see. adding some sort of curly lines down here. So I'm getting a little bit darker. Now I can kind of see more of the midtones. Kind of where the beard is a little bit darker, right? Yeah, this is awesome. Melissa, thank you. What a treat. And I do feel that everybody got somewhere here.
Yeah, I feel a lot better about drawing these faces than I did.
Right, because we're just doing a little bit more construction.
Yeah, I see what you've, yeah, thank you.
You see that? The measuring, if you can just do more of the this and the this and
No,
the
you-
location of things.
Right.
Oh my God, that's a good, it's great, isn't it? It's fun. Here, hold on, I'm going to spend a couple more minutes. Yeah, no, I can see it. And this is why I've told you, you can't really train yourself to see it. You've got to really know the angle, right? Because the angles just defy belief. They really, I mean, in reality, the angles just simply defy belief. Like if you're not understanding that, or we don't get that structure, whatever we think we're adding something in to help us is not really helping us, right? Which is weird. It feels like it should, but like when we start guessing what's happening, we're almost never right. So it just helps to know, have experience with constructing the vertical, the horizontal distances. God, this is really great. This is a really fun one. Also, he's a total cutie, so
Oh,
Yeah.
I love his attitude in this.
he's a
face.
total doll. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Freaking guy.
Yeah. I can hear your eraser going. Like, arr, 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 arr.
That thing, sorry.
No, it's fantastic. I love it. The reason I have one is that we used to ask Jessica, what was that noise coming from her?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Have you seen Jessica lately?
I've seen her artwork.
Me too, but I haven't seen her in
Haven't seen her.
forever. All right.
Are you
Hey,
Are you going to the NFT thing?
yeah, are you?
Yes.
Totally.
I think I'm
think
gonna
so.
this, so I have a few minutes before we go do that. Is it?
Yep, go ahead and do, yeah, it's at 6. So, oh, Jean, all right. Yes,
Let me look at.
it's looking pretty great. If you, the one thing you can fix right now, his
Yep.
neck in the back goes farther back. It goes straight out and
Right.
down. Just darken that, but that looks pretty fantastic.
Yeah, nice work, Jane.
Yeah, nice work.
Thank
You
you.
really pulled that, you pulled that like together.
Well,
You pulled it.
you got his attitude right.
Yep, yep,
Yeah, I feel like
absolutely.
I got that. I'm sticking my chin up. But-
Yeah, yeah, you did. And that doesn't have to do with anything more than angles, right? Getting the angles right.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Nice work. Anybody else want to send theirs over? Shall we do one more little quick check here? I'll remove the spotlight and you guys can hold it up. Show me where you're at. All right, hold it up. Hold it up. Just hold it up. You can already see mine. Nice. Mariana, you're resisting and here, so I say the same thing to Mariana and Jean. Get in there and darken more the area here between the chin and the beard. Very nice, you guys. Very, very nice. They look fan-fucking-tastic.
Watercoloring mine, so mine can't get darker.
Yeah, that's excellent. So how does that feel, you guys? Do you feel proud of yourselves? What do you think